In 2024, I published 3 separate print projects. The first one being, of course, Discovering Christian Witchcraft, which I actually did with a co-writer and was a very academic, research-heavy book. The second, of course, was this Christian Witch Tarot Planner in 3 separate formats, which is more like a journal-type, low-content book. And the third, of course, is my fantasy book, The Wraith Queen, which is a sequel of The Glass Witch, my first fantasy book. And honestly, my process for all of them is about the same, so let me walk you through it. I don't mean to be a shitter when I say this, but the first step is to write, and that means researching, outlining, drafting, and being honest with yourself. I give myself 3 months to do stuff, but I also double up on things a lot too. Like I might be researching as I write, and of course doing all the other stuff that is part of my life.
It is day 6 of me trying to write 3,000 words a day.
And now again, when I say I double up, I mean I'm usually revising and revising at the same time, more or less. Like I'll kind of call it to a point where I'm like, okay, this is a draft, and then get revising. And once I'm revising, I'm being very critical with my own work. Like I'm not sitting here being like, ah, I love it, and like doing all this self-glazing. No. Every draft, I go through the whole damn thing, read the whole damn thing, and all this is all the stuff I cut out that wasn't working, that didn't fit, that wasn't right, that I just wasn't getting. All of it is stuck in this file to remind me that the finished product is not what it started as. And then of course every single draft, again, I'm going through, making all these notes, seeing what does this need, what does that need, and by draft 4, I'm just keeping track of details. That's all you should be doing by the very last draft. After that, you want to go format, and I make all my own covers as well as do my own interior design. I really love Canva for making covers, especially for folks who are not like savvy with, any of the Photoshop or anything like that. All of these things are from like real artists. I very much make sure I'm not using AI generated stuff. And like honestly, Canva is awesome because for $100 a year, you have access to so much incredible graphics, features, and everything else. I've designed Discovering Christian Witchcraft this way, Where the Gods Left Off, The Wraith Queen. The only one I didn't do was my very first one. For that one, I ran a contest. But then also, if you're looking for an accessible way to do interior design, Atticus is once again awesome. One-time purchase of like $100, and this is how I formatted Discovering Christian Witchcraft. More complicated stuff, though, needs things like InDesign, like Where the Gods Left Off did. But then you make a proof copy where you go through it, make sure there's no typos or nothing, make sure everything looks right, and then you pop it into your printer of choice, you print it, and you order your author copies a good at least 2 weeks in advance to when you want to send them out or publish or anything else like that. So yeah, when you put it all together, that's a good 6 to 9 months per book. And again, this isn't the only thing I do. I also teach, I also make content, I do all kinds of stuff, and so it's a pretty sustainable schedule. The big key is knowing your limitations and what you're able to do, but so long as you know that, you can absolutely write a book in 2025.